All right, let's get right into it. We're going to explore a really powerful idea today, that the most successful people out there aren't just getting lucky. Nope, they are using a specific set of phrases, not just as, feel-good affirmations, but as actual psychological tools to literally rewire their brains and shape their reality. So, think about this for a second. What if success was a script? A set of lines that you could actually learn and repeat, and in doing so, you could reprogram your own mind for high achievement? Well, that's exactly what we're breaking down. And this isn't some kind of wishful thinking. It's a real technique that top performers use every single day. First, we've got to understand the problem, which is what I call the success mindset gap. It's that space between where we are and where we want to be, and it's almost always created by our own inner voice. You see, most of us are running on this invisible default script, and it's usually filled with self-doubt. It's that little voice that whispers, "You're not smart enough," or "There's no way you can do that." Now, successful people, they don't just magically not have that voice. Instead, they make a conscious, intentional decision to write a brand new script. This is all about technique, not luck. Okay, but you might be thinking, how can a few simple words really do all that? It sounds a little out there, right? Well, it's not magic, it's science. Let's look at how words can physically, literally rewire your brain.
The key concept here, the magic word, is neuroplasticity. Your brain isn't this fixed, rigid thing. It's more like clay. It has this incredible ability to reorganize itself, to form new connections all throughout your life. And the tools you use to reshape that clay? Your thoughts, and crucially, the words you repeat over and over again. That repetition is exactly what forges these new, success-oriented pathways in your brain.
And this chart right here shows you exactly what's at stake. On one side, you've got negative self-talk that just reinforces all those limiting beliefs. It floods your system with the stress hormone cortisol, and it literally trains your brain to scan the world for evidence of failure. But on the other side, strategic repetition of these powerful phrases strengthens new neural pathways. It releases feel-good chemicals like dopamine, and it programs your brain to actively hunt for proof of your success. Two totally different paths. So now that we get the science behind it, let's get to the fun part, the toolkit itself. These are the 10 phrases of power, the very lines you can use to start writing your new success script. So here are the first 5, and you can start to see a pattern, right? Thank you and I'm grateful for immediately put you in a mindset of abundance. What do you think is all about building collaboration? Let's find a solution instantly shifts you from problem-focused to solution-focused. And then there's that vital internal one.
Let's just pull this one out for a second, because it is so important. I can do this. This is your go-to counterattack against imposter syndrome. The moment you feel that doubt creeping in, you repeat this phrase. What it does is it actually stimulates the focus center of your brain while simultaneously calming down your anxiety. It is a mental sledgehammer against self-doubt. And here are the next 5. You'll notice these are all about action, connection, and growth. I learned from this turns any failure into a lesson, into fuel. How can I help? And I believe in you are absolute game changers for building influence and motivating the people around you. What's the next step? Keeps the momentum going. And yes, that one is a creativity supercharger. Let's look under the hood for just a few of these so you can see the mechanics. Saying thank you taps into gratitude and gives your brain a nice little hit of dopamine. Repeating "I learned from this" after a mistake actually calms your brain's fear center, the amygdala. And using "yes and" in a brainstorm instead of "yes but," that little switch opens up all these creative networks in your brain. Each phrase is a targeted tool with a very specific job. Okay, having the toolkit is one thing, but a toolkit is pretty useless if it just sits in the garage collecting dust. Using it is what really matters. So here's a simple plan to make this a daily habit. It's a really simple 4-step process. First, don't try to master all 10 at once. Just pick 3 that really speak to you this week. Second, and this is important, say them out loud. Looking in a mirror is even better because it engages more of your senses. Third, set up triggers, a sticky note on your computer, an alarm on your phone. And finally, track what happens. Write down the little shifts you notice in your thinking. That consistency is what builds those new roads in your brain. So let's be crystal clear about this. These phrases aren't magic spells. They're not wishful thinking. They are psychological weapons. They're tools designed for a deliberate, powerful shift in your mindset. They give high achievers that edge because they learn to master their inner world, which inevitably shapes their results in the outer world. So,
This all brings us to one final, powerful question. For you, you've seen the script. You know the science behind it. The only thing left to decide is, what is your inner voice going to say tomorrow? Will it be that same old limiting script running on autopilot? Or are you going to start rehearsing a new one? The choice is 100% yours.